Hello, guys. I'm Felicity from Felicity, the Power Within. Welcome to 11 Minutes with Felicity. Welcome to another episode. Today I have a very special guest. Her name is Nikki Clark. She's from Jamaica. She's a spiritual life coach and a mindfulness coach, which is so much needed these days. Hello, Nikki. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Felicity. Thank you so much for having me. You're doing such amazing work.
Thank you. We both are. That's why we are here. So, Nikki, you are a spiritual life coach and a mindfulness coach. What is that? What do you do exactly?
Okay, so a spiritual life coach has nothing to do with religion. We actually teach you how to go deeper within, to find the authentic you, the real you, the unscripted, let me say, you. So I give people the space to do that. I don't tell you what to do. I give you that space and the tools and how to get to that point. I love what I do. I truly, truly love what I do. But I also help people to connect or maybe reconnect to who they truly are. And we do that navigating through limiting beliefs. I mean, we all are going through life thinking we can't or we can. So I allow you to go through those beliefs, and are they real or are they not real? Are they stopping you? They're not stopping you. I also work with people pleasers. We know there are a lot of people out there, people pleasers, and I teach you how to speak your truth unapologetically. So that is what spiritual life coaching is. Not telling you what to do. It is more giving you the space to find out what it is you need to do from within.
That's not only powerful, but I feel it's sacred because you help people go into their sacred places. So, what excites you, Nikki, in your work? What are you passionate about here?
Well, as far as the spiritual life coaching, what excites me is seeing the people go into that space, allowing them to unfold, to unravel, to allowing them to see. When I see that, it excites me because they're finding their true core, they're finding their true person. So it really excites me to see that process, to give them that time and that space, because sometimes when I go in with my clients, we may go in one way and we come out another way. So each client excites me because we don't know what we're going to unfold in our sessions. So I'm excited about the unknown almost. That's what excites me about the coaching. Yeah, just to see what's going to evolve.
The spark showing up. So what about mindfulness? Because that's the other part of what you do. What is mindfulness actually?
Well, Felicity, mindfulness, we hear this buzzword everywhere. Yeah. And a lot of people are like, we don't know what it is. Mindfulness is paying attention to your now, what is happening right now. And you're doing it purposefully. You're actually focusing on it purposefully. No judgment, no criticism. It is an acceptance of what actually is, not what you think it should be or want it to be, but an acceptance of what it actually is. So there's no need to try. So mindfulness is a way to live. It's a way of being. It's a way of living. So when we're in a mindfulness state, we are shutting out the past. We're not possibly going to the future. We are in a state of the now. So are we smelling beautiful flowers? Are we looking at a sunshine or a sunset or a delicious cup of coffee? I just had a lovely cup of coffee. And when I was drinking it, I was like enjoying every sip because I made sure that when I had that cup of coffee, I was going to slow down and enjoy preparing for this lovely interview. So that's what mindfulness is. It's just slowing down and being in a state of being rather than doing. And when we stop long enough to do this, it is incredible. The calmness, the peace, the serenity that is going to surface. So it's just a beautiful way to live.
And it's so much needed. Do you think during these times people can actually exercise that mindfulness way of living, every day or maybe every hour? Can we hope for that even? Do you think it's
Well,
possible?
this is why I'm trying to spread my message of mindfulness, Felicity, because it is super, super important now, especially, I mean, we've been on this COVID journey for a year, is for us to do that, to live in a mindful way. Because if we're constantly thinking about what has happened in the past, anxiety, stress, all of this surfaces. If we're wondering what's going to happen in the future, the same thing happens. So I'm constantly spreading the message that yes, from you wake in the morning, you make that decision, that conscious choice to live in a mindful manner. And it could be from, when I first started learning about mindfulness, you taught from your washing your hands, you make note of the temperature of the water. Or if you put on a lotion, is it cool? Is it, how does it feel on your hands? To your, as I said, to the sip of coffee. So it may sound simple, but it is so powerful that if you adapt those habits, it allows you to slow down, truly appreciate and be in gratitude for the cup of coffee, the water that's coming through our taps, to being able to sit down and do exactly what we're doing, talk, and be completely present, listening to you, not thinking about, oh my gosh, did I take out the lawn? Did I take out the garbage this morning? Or, oh my God, oh gosh, I didn't prepare for dinner. No, you're present, fully present. So my message is every day to try and live in a mindful way, from you wake in the morning to you go to bed at night. And Felicity, it is a choice. It is a choice that we have been given.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, it is super, super, super important, especially now with COVID, that we start living presently and focusing on what we are actually able to do rather than what we're not able to do. A lot of us live in a world of, oh, we can't go here and we can't travel and we have to wear a mask and we have to social distance. But why not focus on what we can actually do? We are able to go to a supermarket and pick up a few groceries, or we're able to stay home and enjoy the beauty of our home, focusing on what we have. And that's where, with mindfulness, the no judgment part is super important. Do not judge. Because what are you telling other people? What are you telling yourself when you're judging? You're only judging yourself when you do that. So yes, it is super, super, super important that we all get into a mindful way of living, because I'm sure many people have looked this up, and as I said, it's been a buzzword, but if you really dig down into mindfulness, it is actually a healthy way to live. It reduces your stress. It helps with your health. You exercise, you're mindful when you're exercising. So it's so much for the body as well as the mind. So it's not all just a mindful thing. I know some people are skeptic and mindfulness, but it affects your body. If your mind is connected, then your body will connect, because there is a mind-body connection.
Yeah, totally. And I agree with you 100% that it's a choice. It's a daily choice that we do. Maybe some of the people are not aware of this, they are able to make this choice. And what do you do when a negative thought comes into our mind? It's like you said, maybe not a negative thought, but maybe something, related to the laundry or the supper or washing something. What do you do then to stay in the present moment?
Well, the thing is, there's so many different tactics that I have used and I've learned over the time is, first of all, let me just say that we are not your thoughts. We're not our own thoughts. Thoughts are like the clouds in the sky. They're going to come and they're going to go. They're going to come and they're going to go. But what is super important is when they come, you acknowledge them, you identify them, and then you allow them to be, and then they will move off. So if you try, even funny enough, you asked me that because in my meditation this morning, it was teaching us that it's very important. In meditation, you're calm, but of course, thoughts are going to come in. The minute you try and resist it and push it out, you realize that you're focusing more on it.
Yeah.
So what they're teaching, and I'm teaching my clients is, okay, a thought has come in, laundry. All right, laundry. You could write it down, you can, put a note in your phone or whatever it is, laundry. And then you get back to your center. So you've acknowledged it, the thought has come in. Okay, laundry, you identify it, what it is. Say you're meditating and you hear, a dog barking outside. Rather than getting, oh God, there's a dog barking, it's interrupting my thought. Just say, no, dog barking. If it continues, listen to the dog barking, acknowledge, because you can't get rid of them. They're going to come. But if you try and push them out of your mind, they're going to keep coming back. They're going to stay. So acknowledge. So when you're in a mindful state, because many times I'll be outside watering my garden and I'm focusing, oh my gosh, the orchid is so beautiful and look at that. And I'm really focused. And then all of a sudden something will come in my mind. Oh goodness, I didn't turn on the pot on the stove to boil. Immediately I'll say, pot. And I go back to my orchid. And the minute I finish and I go inside, I remember the pot has to turn on the pot. So you acknowledge it. Don't get angry with it, because thoughts are going to come, thoughts are going to go, just like the clouds. Thoughts will come, thoughts will go.
Yeah, and what you resist persists. Like,
Absolutely.
like the saying, and that's so true. So, what I believe people should know is that it's important, even for people that are dealing with anxiety or even deep anxiety and depression, that they can come into this mindfulness way of living by exercising it, right? If you exercise more and more every day, do you have a certain number of days? Do you think it's good for people to exercise themselves into this?
When you say exercise, you mean in the mindfulness part?
Yes, with the mindfulness part.
Let me tell you, honestly, if you can exercise, if you can do mindfulness or practice mindfulness every day, your body will be trained into it. Just like if you're exercising outside, you're training your body, you can train your mind. So, whether it's journaling, whether it's meditating, whatever it is, it can be as simple or as complicated as you want. But if we train our minds to think this way, then when you are in a situation of anxiety or panic or distress, that's your go-to. See, some people, when they're in that state of, I don't know where to turn, I don't know what to do, you're in a depth.
Yeah.
They think that they have nowhere to go. They have, and some of them don't. But if you train your brain to say, all right, awareness, what's going on here? Let me talk about it. Let me reach out. Maybe I just need to journal. Maybe so you would then realize at what level. I'm a coach, and I'll be very honest with you. There are days that I don't feel good. I'm feeling low, something is wrong. Immediately I go, excuse me, I go into my journal, I write. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
And I sit with it. Okay, what's happening here? And 9 times out of 10, Felicity, it comes right out. So if we can practice mindfulness every day, just as you brush your teeth, you change your clothes, you do your laundry, if you can practice the mindfulness while you're brushing your teeth and doing your laundry, then it becomes a lifestyle, a way to live. It's a choice. Yeah. It's a choice of how you want to live.
Yeah.
So I teach my clients that
it turns into a habit. Yeah.
Because when you're off kilter, you realize something isn't right. I can immediately tell something isn't right with me, because I make a habit or a practice every day. And some days I don't. Some days I don't journal. Some days I don't meditate. Sometimes I don't. So what I do is if I'm rushing to go to the store or whatever it is, I then get into my mindfulness state at that point. So I won't look at my phone if I'm in the car. You know, if I'm being driven, I don't look at my phone. I look at the flowers outside. Or if I'm standing in a line somewhere, this is something that I've taught a lot of people. When you're in a line at the supermarket or the office or wherever it is, our immediate reaction is to get on your phone. Distract yourself. Distract. Mindfulness, actually, you can teach yourself at that point. Let's look around. Look at those lovely shoes on that lady. Oh my goodness, that's a beautiful painting on the wall. All of a sudden, your brain goes into a state of, off of the anxiety that you're feeling because you're in a line, to, that's a beautiful painting on the wall. I wonder how long it took them to paint that, or the woman's shoes, or my gosh, that lady's handbag is, oh, I love that. I could get one of those. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you all of a sudden you've all of a sudden changed the energy of your brain into one of, it's okay to stand here. I like this. This is good.
Yeah. That's so good. Yeah, that's so good. That's a very good advice. Great.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, Nikki, for all your advices and for all your wisdom. It was lovely having you, and I really hope you can come back to 11 Minutes with Felicity.
Thank you so much, Felicity, for having me and for the work that you're doing and I'm doing, getting the message out. Thank you so much. It's really been a pleasure.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.